I really feel like I could write an entire 800-page single-space PhD thesis just on the concept of the person who ends up representing a shift in internet cultural norms simply by being just generically annoying enough that they catalyze the conversation by serving as the villain for thousands of internet strangers who now have something tangible that they can project their various grievances about the subject matter onto. Another good example of this are these girls who were trending like a month or two ago for calling Millie Bobby Brown a bitch on their podcast. And referring to these people as amalas in my brain, which I'll get to in a second, but I find them so fascinating because they're always saying something that has gone relatively unchallenged for months, if not years prior. Like the notion that Millie Bobby Brown is a bitch is an idea that has been repeated by thousands upon thousands of people for the better part of a decade with absolutely no consequence. But something about the timing and the demeanor of these amalas makes us collectively feel comfortable in making an example out of them and forcing them to basically atone for the sins of a generation so that we can push the culture forward. This is specifically enabled by the internet because in the real world, the punishment for harmful actions is not evenly distributed, but it is a little bit more diffused because we only interact face to face with so many people, and so our circle of anger is limited to just those people as well. But on the internet world, we can let these grievances build up and up and up and up until someone comes along who is insufferable in just the right way, that the collective anger of hundreds, if not thousands of people, way more people than any normal person would ever have the opportunity to piss off in the real world, will all be unleashed and focused on this one individual. Because the opportunity to publicly chastise someone for doing something harmful, knowing that we will face absolutely no social consequence for doing so, and that we already have legions of people who agree with us and will back us up, is way too good of an opportunity to pass up. I call these people omelas, which is a very fucked up pronunciation of omelets, which is a reference to the ones who walk away from omelets, which is far from being a perfect comparison. But the basic idea is that these people, these amalas, bear a disproportionate punishment for their crimes so that the rest of us can enjoy a slightly more tolerable internet. Like, no, grown adults should not be calling Millie Bobby Brown a bitch. No, using she, they pronouns and dating a cis man does not make your relationship queer. I just find it interesting that we seem unable to have these really important and ultimately beneficial conversations without electing a representative of the bad side for us to then shit all over. What do you little freaks think?